This is the QTV Nightly News, and I'm Jacqueline Curry. Thank you for joining us, and a reminder that you can also join us on Q Radio 103.3 FM. Here are the headlines. President Barrow today presided over the handover of 60 brand new tractors with accessories intended for farmers at the State House in Banjul on Saturday. Following Monday's drowning incident in Janjanbureh, which tragically claimed the lives of two brothers of August 11th, QTV visited the family home on Costa Road and spoke with the parents of the deceased. Stan, We Walk Together, formerly known as Legs for Africa, on Saturday held a symposium for persons with disabilities and diabetes to raise awareness about the condition. Members of the Solidarity Association conducted a comprehensive cleaning exercise and demand clinic to improve sanitation and promote a safer, cleaner environment within the facility. In international news, Ghana has laid to rest 8 victims, including 2 government ministers who tragically lost their lives in the military helicopter crash of August 6, 2025. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Do stay. Thank you for staying. At the State House in Banjul, President Barrow today presided over the handing over ceremony of 60 brand new tractors and accessories, part of a broader initiative aimed at modernizing the country's agricultural sector. Alusisa reports.
It is a fulfilling moment for President Barrow as he arrived to preside over the launch and handing over ceremony of these 60 new tractors and accessories. The distribution of these tractors forms part of a broader package of 180 tractors and accessories procured by the government through the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Food Security for distribution to farming communities and individual farmers. President Barrow said this marks a significant milestone in the country's national drive to modernize agriculture, promote mechanization and ensure food self-sufficiency.
Assembled for delivery today, 60 tractors, 75 horsepower, 18 disc harrows, and 10 tipper trailers. Alongside these items are other modern implements such as rotary tillers and seed drills and planters. The assets lineup here are part of a bigger package of 180 tractors and accessories that the government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Food Security, procured for our farming communities.
Supplied by the UNA Group through a public-private partnership and payable over a 4-year plan, the tractors will be managed under co-financing and co-management model, ensuring transparency and accountability, and to give farmers a sense of ownership. President Barrow reaffirmed his government's continued investment in the agriculture sector, while urging the Agriculture Ministry to implement the initiative with utmost transparency.
Within these arrangements, whereas the Gambia government will shoulder 25% of the total cost, the beneficiary farmer or farmer group will contribute 25% upfront to receive a tractor and its implements. The remaining 50% payable over a 4-year period, with government acting as guarantor.
Here is Mohamed Manjang, the chairman of UNA Group.
The transformation from food dependency to food sovereignty begins today. Your Excellency, for too long, our farmers have been trapped in subsistence agriculture. These tractors break that cycle.
Among the beneficiaries is Sahel Agribusiness Limited. Its Chief Operations Officer, Umi Sissoho Bachili, said how this initiative will boost their agricultural activities.
It will definitely increase production. If we are able to do 43 hectares now, by next year we should be able to do 100 with mechanization, especially with the tractor, because one of the obstacles we have is the access to equipment. And now that, you know, the President of the Republic has given us access to equipment, it's going to make the farming much easier and expanding also much easier for us and also the smallholder farmers as well.
Speaking on behalf of Farmers Union, Alhaji Sise welcomed the arrival of the tractors and thanked President Barrow for what he described as a timely supply of affordable and quality fertilizer. He urged beneficiaries to properly maintain the tractors. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
Following the drowning of two brothers, Ibrahima and Babukar Mbai, on Monday, 11 August 2025 in Janjanbureh, QTV's Ansumane Sonyasi visited their family home on Costa Road to speak with their parents and recount the events of that tragic day. Here's the report.
A few weeks ago, 21-year-old Ibrahima and his younger brother, 18-year-old Babukar Mbai, visited their father, Makambai, a ferry support staff stationed in Janjanbureh. The brothers were there to help their father tend to his rice farm. With their support, Makambai was able to harvest 19 bags of rice to sustain his family. But that joy of a bumper harvest would soon be shattered by tragedy. Having left the rice fields on Monday morning, the brothers offered to wash their father's motorbike by the riverside. Makambai told them not to bother, but the boys insisted, and he reluctantly agreed. Contrary to reports suggesting they were swimming at the time of the incident, their parents stated otherwise. According to the parents, 18-year-old Bubakar's mobile phone fell into the river, and as he attempted to retrieve it, he accidentally slipped and fell in. His elder brother rushed to save him, but tragically drowned in the process. Their father, who was present at the scene, attempted to rescue them.
Non la aksi rek top fekk leen man suma boppa topp naa leen si biir waaye daw yu ma doon daw ma sonna amatuma energy pour ma mun a yàgg si biir ndox bi.
When I saw them both drowning, I panicked and jumped into the river to try to save them, but I couldn't. I was disoriented and didn't have the strength to stay in the water for long. It was actually a colleague who had to help me out. I couldn't get out on my own.
Makambai's wife, Mariama Mbai, a food vendor, says losing both of her sons on the same day has left her heartbroken.
My dear son, Ibrahim Mbai, was very supportive of both me and his father. He helped me set up a small garden at home where I grow vegetables. He was also my confidant, always seeking my advice before making decisions. He had big dreams and only wanted to succeed so he could lift us out of poverty.
While Babukar Mbai pursued chronic education in Senegal, Ibrahima trained as a tailor. With his parents' support, he was able to acquire a sewing machine which he used to make clothes and contribute financially to the family. For their grieving father, Makambai, the sewing machine and the Holy Quran served as lasting reminders of his late son's hard work and devotion to Allah.
Ibrahima and Babukar were my beloved children, with purpose and dreams, always supportive. Losing them is the greatest sorrow of my life. I wouldn't wish this on any parent. Life will never be the same again.
As the Mbai family mourns the tragic loss of Ibrahima and Babukar, they now face another challenge. Their home, worn by time, has a leaking roof that makes it impossible to sleep on rainy nights. With every drop that falls, Maka is reminded of all that has been lost and all that still needs protection. Humbled yet hopeful, he is appealing to the public for support in any form. He is also requesting that anyone with unfinished business or outstanding matters involving either of his sons visit the family home to resolve them. Ansumane Sonyasi for QTV News.
What a sad recount, but we pray for the peaceful repose of their souls. Stan, We Walk Together, Family Legs for Africa, on Saturday organized a symposium for persons with disability and diabetes on the theme Disability and Diabetics Caring, Coping and Thriving Together. Jana Basonko was there and she now reports.
Stan, We Walk Together was founded in 2014 by Tom Williams. He was inspired to start the charity when he visited the Gambia and saw the need for the availability of prosthetic limbs and the lack of affordable access in sub-Saharan Africa. Since 2014, the charity organization has been offering free prosthetic legs, pair counseling, home-based care, and awareness programs like the Disability and Diabetes Symposium. Prior to the start of the event, attendees underwent diabetic screenings, including body mass index measurements and blood sugar tests to assess their sugar levels and risk of developing diabetes. Aliou Toure is the representative of STAN in the Gambia.
This is very important, not only to people who have diabetes. In fact, it's good for people who doesn't have diabetes, who never knew that they are affected with diabetes, so that they can know their fate. And, some people are amputated due to not being aware of the situation. Had it been that they were aware earlier before, they would have known the precautions they would have taken before it lead them to amputation. So it is even more important to people who are not affected by diabetes than even people who are affected.
The International Diabetes Federation estimates that in 2024, there are 54,000 adults with diabetes in the Gambia, with projections indicating a rise to over 100,000 cases by 2050. Lifestyle plays a pivotal role in managing and preventing diabetes, managing a healthy weight, regular exercise, managing stress, and particularly eating healthy. Hadi Crooks, nutrition program implementer at NANA, shares dietary tips for non- and diabetes patients.
You have to choose lean proteins or highly filled with proteins. Also be very mindful of the cooking methods. Moving from there also, we talked about beverages in general. What should a diabetes be more mindful of drinking? And like I said, the best option is water. Living with diabetes it's how we are. Do you have an active lifestyle? But also, what other lifestyle choices do you make? Are you smoking? Are you drinking?
Usman Cisse was diagnosed with diabetes type 1 in 2011 when he was just age 11. He shares his struggles and triumphs with the chronic disease.
Having financial constraint to buy my medications and everything, and having the education was also a very big problem. And it really disturbed, and it was a really big challenge for me, the diabetes education, and also accepting the fact that I was a diabetic. Yeah, that was a difficult. Alhamdulillah, like I am a global advocate now, being a voice for the voiceless. Then it requires a lot of sacrifice and education, learning a lot.
Tom Williams, founder of STAN, says he decided to rebrand from Legs for Africans to STAND and add the tagline, "We Walk Together," because of the charity's commitment to decolonizing development work and fostering and empowering partnership with the communities they serve. Mr. Williams said in an interview, and I quote, "Our name helped us gain recognition as a trusted source within the prosthetic industry. However, as we reflected on our mission and values, we realized that our name might inadvertently convey a relationship where Africa is just a passive recipient of aid from the global south." Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Basonko.
From that story by Jenna, will now take us to the commercial break. But when we return, we have more national and international news stories. Do stay tuned and join us after the break.
Supersonics Islamic Insurance, the Gambia's first digital insurance provider, brings innovation, convenience, and Sharia compliance to your doorstep. We offer a wide range of general insurance services, ensuring peace of mind and protection for what matters most. Whether at home, on the go, or in business, experience the difference with Supersonics Islamic Insurance Company Limited. Contact us today, +220 5132 319, 5132 318, or 5132 315. Email us info@supersonicsinsurance.com or on our website www.supersonicsinsurance.com, or visit us at Bega Plaza 56 Liberation Avenue, Banjul.
At Ajib Bank, we are more than banking. We build bridges that connect you to pivotal services every day. Do you have government bills to pay to the Gambia Revenue Authority, Comfort, KMC, or the Accountant General's Department? We've got you covered. From payment of customs and domestic taxes to GRA, payment of number plate and vehicle ownership transfer to Comfort, payment of property rates and business license fee to KMC, and payment of MR passport, business registration, fishing license, land fees, sale of assets, lease application, development permits, quarrying royalties, gravel and sand, mining royalties, and a host of other revenue lines to the Accountant General's Department. Walk into any of our branches nationwide and make your payments hassle-free. Either in person or online, simple, secure, and immediate. With Ajib Bank, there is no need to worry about government bill payments for your vehicles, taxes, licenses, business registration, and any other revenue line. Ajib Bank, passionate about your investment. We've got you covered. Ajib Bank, your investment partner.
Welcome back from that commercial break. You're watching QTV Nightly News and I'm Jacqueline Colley. On Saturday, members of the Solidarity Association carried out an extensive cleaning exercise at Ndeman Clinic to enhance sanitation and ensure a safer, cleaner environment for patients. Juldenjai was present during the activity and filed this report.
Clinics are often visited by people carrying different illnesses, and waste or debris around the facility can become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria, viruses, and pests. By keeping the surroundings clean, the risk of infections, both for patients and healthcare workers, is significantly reduced. Intake 29A Solidarity Association conducted a thorough cleaning exercise at Ndemban Clinic on Saturday morning. Ansumana Sanyang, the Public Relations Officer of the association and a former member of the Gambia Armed Forces, said the initiative reflects the association's commitment to national service beyond their training.
Some of us visiting these clinics or hospitals, we saw the nature of how the place is, and then it's a place that should be at least clean because patients are there, these patients need hygiene. So we said, as an association, the executive went to a closed door and said, why not we come up with an initiative of going to clear these facilities, that is the hospitals.
Formed around 2007, shortly after their graduation, the 29A Solidarity Association aims to reconnect and support the families of fallen soldiers while also assisting underprivileged members with medical expenses and during festive seasons. The association later broadened its mission to provide support to the wider community. Dr. Usainu Mahanera, a godfather of the association, spoke about the importance of maintaining a healthy and clean environment.
If you are treating the patients and the environment is not clean, it's the same as you are giving the drugs and the patient will take the drugs, but the same disease will come again because the environment is not clean. My advice to the general public, not even the only associations, but the general public, we are here to clean the environment, but cleaning the environment should be maintained by the people. If people are not ready to maintain the clean environment, if you move here next week, 2 weeks' time, you will see the same thing again.
Alaji Fode Janko, the acting head of the Infection Prevention and Control Unit at Ndemban Clinic, expressed gratitude for the effort and urged Gambians to emulate initiatives that support and uplift the clinic.
There are steps put forward to ensure that our waste generated in the hospitals are taken care of. It is just a matter of time and also the resources being there so that this waste can be really taken care of. But like I said, this is a global problem. Maybe, right now we will not be able to give you the statistics that, the volume of waste that is generated, on daily basis or on yearly basis. But on summary, the volume of waste generated is huge. And then, as a hospital, we are doing what we can. We are definitely going extra mile to ensure that the clinical waste that are generated in our hospital are greatly being taken care of.
This is not the first time the association has contributed to community welfare. Last year, they carried out a cleaning exercise at the Tuba Kuta Orphanage Center in the West Coast region. In the coming months, the association plans to extend similar efforts to other clinics and public spaces as part of its wider community engagement strategy. For QTV News, I am Jul Denjai.
Coming up next is international news. Ghana has laid to rest 8 victims, including 2 government ministers who tragically lost their lives in the military helicopter crash of August 6, 2025 in Ashanti region. Yafatu Gay tells us more.
A state funeral was held on Friday at Black Star Square in Accra, led by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. The solemn ceremony brought together ministers of state, government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, traditional rulers, grieving families, and citizens from across Ghana, reflecting the profound impact the tragedy had on the nation. The funeral service was marked by heartfelt tributes from government officials, colleagues, and family members. With tears in their eyes, many recalled the victims' dedication, courage, and sacrifices. Their reflections honored men who lived with dignity and a deep commitment to serving Ghana and shaping a brighter future for its people. In his address, President Mahama described the victims as heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to the nation. He pledged that their memories will forever be honored and assured the bereaved families of the government's unwavering support during their time of sorrow.
As we find ways to hold tightly the memories of these men and to honor their legacies, there is no making sense of what happened. Despite whatever technical reasons or official explanations an investigation will yield, a loss of this magnitude and in this manner will never make sense to the grieving heart. What we can do, each of us in our own way, as we try to come to terms with this tragic loss, is to move in the direction of peace within our communities and families, having been reminded of how fragile life can be.
The remains of all the 8 victims have been sent to South Africa for DNA testing due to the extent of their burns. The cause of the crash remains under investigation, with Ghana receiving support from the United States to help determine what happened. The state funeral was not just a farewell, it was a day of national mourning and reflection. As the caskets draped in Ghana's colors were laid to rest, the nation wept, but also stood together in pride and respect. As Ghana bids farewell to its 8 fallen sons, their legacy endures not only in the hearts of their families, but also in the nation's history, as men who served with love, loyalty, and sacrifice. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yapat Gay.
Also in international news, following an attempted coup on Mali on August 1st, 2025, the government announced on August 14 the arrest of 11 individuals, including 2 generals and a French national. The announcement, delivered in a televised statement by Security Minister General Daoud Ali Mohamedine, confirmed that those detained are accused of planning to overthrow the state. Bob has the details.
Allegations of a foul coup, including the names of some of those involved, had been released by media outside of Mali. However, it wasn't until late on Thursday that the junta confirmed and then gave out the details. The military junta named 11 people, including senior military officers and a French national, as having been arrested in connection with the alleged plot. In the televised statement, Security Minister General Daoud Ali Mohamedi announced that the plot, uncovered on August 1st, involved soldiers and civilians. Those arrested include General Abbas Dembele, former governor of the Mopti region, and General Nyima Sagara, a prominent Air Force commander, both now confirmed as suspects in the alleged coup. Authorities also named French national Yann Vizilière, accused of collaborating with foreign intelligence to support the pain. Some foreign media, but not the Malians, have referred to him as a French spy. State television displayed photographs of the accused, describing them as part of a wider scheme to destabilize the country. Reports suggest that many more soldiers may have been detained, though the government has not confirmed the exact number. While the authorities say the arrests were necessary to maintain stability, analysts believe the move may also point to growing divisions within the armed forces. They warn that internal rivalries and frustration with the junta's extended stay in power could be fueling discontent. Meanwhile, the government says the situation is under control and judicial investigations are underway. At the same time, officials are trying to present an image of normal life, with the president opening a sports tournament and a fashion trade fair continuing as planned. For QTV News, I am Awa Bob.
Before we end, here's a recap of the headlines. President Barrow today presided over the launch and handover of 60 brand new tractors with accessories intended for farmers at the State House in Banjul on Saturday. Following Monday's drowning incident in Janjanbureh, which tragically claimed the lives of two brothers of August 11th, QTV visited the family home on Costa Road and spoke with the parents of the deceased. Stand, We Walk Together, formerly known as Legs for Africa, on Saturday held a symposium for persons with disability and diabetes to raise awareness about the condition. Members of the Solidarity Association conducted a comprehensive cleaning exercise at Ndeman Clinic to improve sanitation and promote a safer, cleaner environment within the facility. In international news, Ghana has laid to rest 8 victims, including 2 government ministers who tragically lost their lives in the military helicopter crash of August 6, 2025. That's all for this news bulletin. Join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Weekend Review with Mamoudou Boch and Ade Darame. Thanks for watching and bye.